Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and another part of this Newcastle series where today we're into the second episode of the third season and it is going remarkably well so far. At the end of the first episode we'd finished our summer transfer business, there was no more ins or outs after that. And we did manage to beat Tottenham Hotspur 3-2 in a game that we probably deserved to win but was tighter than I would like. And then we followed that up with an absolute smashing of Brighton, and Alexander Isak got a double hat-trick in that match alongside Bruno Guimaraes to make it 7-0, which is one of the first times I can remember in a YouTube series seeing a player get 6 goals in a Premier League game. I actually don't think that I've seen that happen before. And then following that game, we also beat Norwich 5-0. Joe Willock scoring 3 goals in that one. Alexander Isak got another one. Brahim Diaz with a goal. We then scored 5 more against Leeds. Alexander Isak getting 4 goals in that game. So that's 10 goals across 2 different matches this season already in the Premier League. Mateus Cunha got one. Wilfried Zaha scored a penalty. I don't know what he's doing at Leeds these days. And then we kicked off our Champions League campaign against Anderlecht with a nice 1-0 victory away from home. We beat Everton 3-0 as well. Very comfortable victory there with Isak and Willock getting more goals. And then despite putting out first 11 basically against Wolves in the Carabao Cup, we were beaten 2-0. Wolves are currently 8th in the Premier League, but that was a real shock defeat and we never looked like getting into that game either. But it's kind of good in a way because we have a new Champions League format, which I'll get to in a minute. But we followed it up with a 3-0 bounce back against Southampton. Guimaraes, Willock and Niakate with the goals. Then we beat Copenhagen 3-0. 2 goals for Isak, 1 for Willock. Beat Leicester 3-2. This took a 93rd minute winner from Joe Willock to do the job though. Isak with another couple of goals, and then Sarabia and Vitinha with the goals for Leicester. They pushed us all the way with equaliser after equaliser, but they couldn't equalise after Joe Willock's 3rd goal gave us the lead. And then finally, we beat Brentford 2-0. Eduardo Camavinga and then Nico Schlotterbeck with the goals in that one, which means that if you have a look at the Premier League, we're currently top by 3 points over Villa, 4 points clear of Liverpool, 8 wins out of 8 and 26 positive goal difference. So doing very well there. And today we're going to take on Bayern Munich in the Champions League, who are currently 20th in the Champions League. And we're going to take on Liverpool as well. So you might notice there's a slight difference in the way the Champions League is structured this season. Some of you will know about this already, but for those who don't, a quick explanation. The entire Champions League gets put in a group stage, basically. You do it on a Swiss chess style tournament basis where you're all in one group, but you don't play everybody. You play teams that are based on seedings and coefficients to make it as equal as possible. The top 8 teams get an automatic place in the last 16 of the Champions League. And then the next 16 teams, which I think would take you down to 24th, then go into a playoff against each other. 8v8, the winners of that then play the seeded teams at the top of the league. So obviously you want to be in the top of the league, otherwise you're going to have to play another round of football. You already have to play I think 10 games now instead of 6 that it was before. Let's have a little count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games. But it could be 10 if you don't finish in that top 8. So you do really want to win, otherwise you're stretching out your season. It's why it was a good thing we went out the Carabao Cup, really. Because we've already won that. I don't particularly care for it as a competition. I like silverware, but I think I want the big trophies this season. I want the Premier League, I want the Champions League, I want the FA Cup. And that's what we're going to go for this season. So big games to come. We've got Bayern Munich at home and then Liverpool at home. So let's jump straight into this Bayern Munich game where we're going to play a strong starting 11. Alexander Isak is already starting to struggle for fitness. He doesn't have great stamina to be able to keep going game after game. So he's going to sit this one out. We're going to let Marlon start a game up front. Saint-Maximin and Brahim Diaz on the wings. Camavinga, Willock and Guimaraes in defence. And then Gvardiol, Schlotterbeck, Garcia, Mazraoui and Lafont make up the rest of the 11. I think Bayern Munich are 20th out of 32 at the moment, so they're not having the best time of it. They've got a very similar team to what you might have expected if you'd just taken over Bayern Munich. And I think they've not really invested enough to compete in the latter stages of the Champions League. Last season, Real Madrid did win it. Obviously, they knocked us out as well, so it'd be nice to get some revenge over them this season. But we should be beating Bayern Munich at home, really, if we're confident about being champions of Europe this time around. And we're obviously smashing the Premier League as well. We've won our first 2 games in the Champions League. Can we make it 3 here? As Kimmich looks to attack, now Upamecano to Goretzka. And he has given Bayern Munich the lead here to make it 1-0. Which is not the ideal start for us. Every time I say that a club is not as good as they maybe should be, or they're reliant on players from the very start of the game, they always end up beating us. But here's Brahim Diaz with a corner, and it goes, and it's headed in by Eric Garcia at the near post. It's 1-1 as we are back in this game against Bayern Munich. Good to see we're not missing Trippier too much. Replays are on, so why are they not showing goals? Oh, it must have reset somehow. Here's Goretzka. Avia back to Neuer. Now De Ligt. Played forward. Camavinga steals it. He's got Marlon in the middle. He's trying to do it himself, but Neuer still got it in him to make those good saves. Neuer must now be in his mid to late 30s at this point in the game, but he's still pulling out saves there. But we're absolutely all over Bayern Munich. They had their chance to take the lead, and we've already pegged them back. Can we keep going here and get the victory that we deserve? Half-time approaching, and it does finish 1-1. Tell the boys I'm not happy with them. They need to go again in the second half. But at the moment, pretty happy with where we are. Lafont playing the ball to Schlotterbeck. Lafont again launches it forward. Header comes back to Upamecano. Now De Ligt. Avia plays it forward. Gvardiol with the header, but Musiala picks the ball up and is trying to take it down the right. He switches into Elise, who turns beautifully, gets a shot off, and it's only just over the bar there. But we're not quite firing at all cylinders at the moment. It remains 1-1. Going to bring Sessegnon with just a little bit more freshness in the left-back position. Here's Camavinga. Through to Marlon. He's in on goal. Can he get his first? He does get his first goal for the club. In, I think, his first start for the club as well. So nice for him to get on the score sheet like that. Very well done from the team as well. Camavinga there. Beautiful turn. And then look at that for a ball in behind De Ligt. Marlon, one touch. And then another to finish it inside that far post. And it is now 2-1 against Bayern Munich at St. James's Park. And it says a lot about how far we've come that I go into these games against the likes of Bayern Munich thinking that we should win when we're at home. Not that we would do well to win, not that we should draw, and that's okay, but that we should actually win these games. We should be beating everybody. And you can see already at the top of this group, things are getting a little bit spicy. Real Madrid, Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea up there as well. Some other teams not doing so well, down towards the bottom. Bayern Munich, one of them. It'd be interesting to see if they can bounce back. But you do have so many opportunities to get out of this Champions League group these days. With, the top 24 gives you a chance of making the knockout stages. So it's pretty intense, but having 36 teams in one group, but definitely a lot of opportunity for some of the smaller clubs to get a good Champions League run in. And here goes the ball over. De Ligt is in, and he's fired that one into the top corner, and it's now 2-2. Very disappointing to be conceding from set pieces like that. Sabitzer put the ball in, and De Ligt allowed to volley it there. There's no way that De Ligt should be allowed to take a volley from just outside the 6-yard box like that. A real failing in our defence. That means it's now 2-2 as time comes to a close. It's Maddison with a late free kick for us, though. Can we strike back from a set piece? Maddison to take. Plays it short. Sam Maximan is there on the edge of the area. Pulls it back to Maddison. Shot blocked. And then Tell gets the ball away. Bruno Grimash still has it. Now Mazraoui. Sessegnon's out on the left. Into Gallagher. Sessegnon makes a run, he's in behind, he's gone for goal, and he's hit the crossbar. Very close there for Ryan Sessegnon, but not quite able to get the ball in the back of the net. And there goes the full-time whistle. It has finished 2-2. We really should have won that game, but instead we finished with a draw. We're now on 7 points, full behind the league leaders. Not that it really matters here. This does feel very Super League to me when I see this massive table, but there you go. We're in 7th place in the Super League at the moment, and we've got Liverpool at home in the Premier League up next. Well, Liverpool are never easy opponents for us. I don't think we have the best head-to-head record against them. I don't know if it's not showing the head-to-head record at the moment, but Isaac will be leading the line for this one. I mean, he's been so good already this season. 15 league goals in 8 games, 17 in 11 in all competitions. He's been absolutely on fire. Hopefully he can do that today at home against Liverpool. Maddison and Diaz will be starting alongside him on the wings. Then Camavinga, Gallagher and Højbjerg in midfield. Sessegnon, Niakate, Garcia and Justin make up the back four. Lafont in goal. There are a few tired legs out there today, but we really do have to throw everything against a team like Liverpool. They've still got Firmino, Jota and Salah, Keita, Henderson, Fabinho, Robertson, Van Dijk, Kalulu, the only player in there to change it up from the start of the game. A bit like Bayern Munich there. We do need revenge. We lost against them last time and then they went to win the league. We definitely need to be beating them this time. They've got such an old squad. I don't know why they keep winning stuff without having to bring new players in. Clearly the only new player. Camavinga out to Sessegnon though. He's got Isaac to aim for in the middle. He finds Camavinga. In it goes, just away from Isaac. Gallagher goes down in the box. And the referee comes over to take a look at it. He's given the penalty. VAR will take a look at it. It looked like a coming together in there. And the penalty has been given. So Isaac with a chance to get another Premier League goal under his belt in a massive game here. And it's saved by Becker. Isaac still gets there, but the ball's just gone out of play. And a missed penalty at the start of such a big game is not really how we want to be starting this. But, I mean, a draw isn't the end of the world today. The most important thing is we don't lose, but we should be winning this. If we can win this, we go to 27 points. Liverpool be on 20. We have a 7-point gap. We're way ahead of Man City already. And that really does set us up well to maintain a charge to win the Premier League title at our third attempt. Now here's Eric Garcia over to Højbjerg. Out to Brahim Diaz, in behind for Isaac, and he's tried to lob Alisson. I thought he'd take it past him for sure, but instead he went for the lob, and what a beautifully executed lob it was from Alexander Isak there. This really does deserve a second viewing. Højbjerg to Brahim, ball slipped in behind Virgil van Dijk, and look at that first time chip. That couldn't be more top corner without bouncing back off the frame of the goal. A beautiful effort from Isaac to make up for the penalty miss. And it's now 1-0 against Liverpool, who do seem to be struggling to get a foothold in this game, but we know how dangerous they are. Here's James Maddison with a free kick. We haven't seen much since we signed him, and he's put that one over the bar as well. So it remains 1-0. I would like to see a bit more from James Maddison. He's not quite been hitting the ground since we brought him in, but the team as a whole has been fantastic. Those signings we made in the summer have really made an impact so far. And here's Brahim Diaz, one of our older players, to take the corner, and it's headed by Niakate, and it's just come off the post there, I think, and gone wide. Very close from Niakate. Liverpool now on the attack with Firmino. Camavinga gets the foot in to clear it. Fabinho clearing up. Over to Virgil van Dijk, and Gallagher steals it. Brahim needs to make a run, and Gallagher does find him now. He's got Isaac to his left. As he goes into the box, he goes for goal. And a pretty tame effort there that Alisson Becker can just catch at the near post. But it remains 1-0 at the moment. We might need to start thinking about a few substitutions. So let's bring Joe Willock on. Brahim seems to be struggling down the right as well. Just wondering who we can put in there. I think we're going to have to go for Ndoemi, one of our youngsters. Here's Niakate, out wide to Sessegnon. He's got players in the box to aim at, but he's lost out to Mo Salah. Willock has the ball back. Now Niakate, sent back to Lafont, who's been very good coming in from Nick Pope, I have to say. And here is Gallagher over the top for Isaac. He's in on goal, and it's just wide again. And we're missing chance after chance, and you can't help but think this might come to bite us as Liverpool bring some fresh faces on. I mean, I say fresh faces, a lot of them have been there for some time. Gomez, Jones and Tsimikas. But it remains 1-0 at the moment. This will be a massive win, taking us 7 points clear of Liverpool if we can hang on to it. But here's Gomez to Fabinho. Ball out wide, we win the header. Isaac's got the ball, Gallagher's got the ball, trying to run forward. Tsimikas able to clear it, and Isaac going in for a tackle there. Ball still running for Liverpool time and time again, but we've got it again now under control. Willock trying to run down the left flank. He's got Maddison inside him. 3 in the box to aim at. He puts it across. Isaac is in there. Maddison there in the box goes down, and it's going to be another penalty, which Alexander Isak will of course be taking. Is there a second yellow card for something in here? VAR having a look, they give the penalty, and it is a chance for Isak to make up for his earlier miss and win this game for sure. Isak does score this time. It's 2-0. We are going to banish our demons of previous seasons and move 7 points clear of Liverpool. A very good penalty there. He might have been nervous after missing the earlier one, but he didn't show it. Sent the keeper the wrong way and still found the far corner. No half measures from Isak, and we have won the game 2-0. 2 goals for Alexander Isak. He loves a big game. Beautiful chip the first one, and then a great penalty the second, and we are 7 points clear of Liverpool after 9 games, 9 matches, 9 wins in the Premier League. I think we can be pretty satisfied with our work so far. Now looking ahead, we've got another run of a few reasonably easy games, and then we've got a heck of a run in where we take on United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Milan in an 11-day period. Man City twice not long after that as well. So we'll definitely drop in around this point. Man United in 9th, Chelsea 7th, Arsenal 4th, Milan 15th in the Champions League group. So maybe it'll be the Arsenal-Milan game that we check in for next. But if you did enjoy that episode today and the form of our season so far, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.